This evening I remembered an old Bollywood film I once watched. Um, it was a particular scene. I think it was a romance. It was a romance film, and in this scene, the protagonist had gone to his fiance's family to declare his intentions to marry the lady he was in love with, and they were completely in love with each other. So what happened is the men of the girl side decided to test his resolve. So what they did is they told him, in order for him to marry the love of his life, he would need to go to a certain I don't know what these buildings are called, where monks normally go to do their thing. Oh, a monastery, yeah. But now the Indian version of a monastery, although it must still be monastery because yeah, a monastery. So he planned for the trip, and the following morning, he went with his fiancee, and they reached the monastery in the afternoon. And by the time they got there, the people who are stewarding over that monastery knew the purpose that they brought them. They'd come. So what they told the man is that he was required to carry his woman in his hands like this, the same way you'd carry something from the front, like picture carrying a child. So he had to lift up and carry her, and he was supposed to climb 1,000 steps till he reached the top of the monastery. Now, preemptively, that seems like an impossible task. And you know how Bollywood films are very dramatic. So the camera would pan from the bottom to the top. Then they add their Indian theatric music there. And then by the time the camera comes back to them, you just look at them and realize, like, this is a tall order, pun intended. So the camera pans to his face, and he's just processing the gravitas of what he's about to do. And then it pans to her face, and then she has this look of yearning, and also just that kind of, it's like she's asking him with her eyes, are you going to do it? So he takes a deep breath, and then again the cameras do their whole Indian thing. So it just does a 360 around him. And then after he takes the deep breath, he lifts up and carries her. Then he takes the first step. So it's just like drum drum rolls with every step, with every step. So initially he starts off strong. He's carrying her. They go up, 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 up. So by the time he's reached the 100th step, it looks like he's doing well. But by the time he reaches 300, the weight starts to get to him. So first of all, it's a drop of sweat here. Another time, it's him staggering a bit. And mind you, he's still carrying her all this time. But now, what you start to realize is just now the depth of this scene. So as he's doing that and he's going through all these physical experiences, she's looking into his eyes the whole time while he's focusing on the goal. The goal is to get to the top because he's determined to prove that he's going to marry her. And if this is what it takes, he's going to finish the mission. So he's looking dead set at the top, and he keeps taking a step. Whether he'll stagger, whether he's going to sweat, whatever it is, he's going to get the top. So he starts to falter a bit at some points because he's feeling pain or he's feeling fatigue. Other times he starts to sweat a bit more. Other times he's closing his eyes because he's trying to will himself to keep going. But all this time, his fiancée is looking at him in the eyes. Just and you can see she's actually internalizing how much effort he's putting. So in a sense, it's like she's seeing through his effort how much she's worth, you know? And it's really epic to observe that as they continue ascending those steps. And eventually he gets to the top. But when he gets to the top, he doesn't let her go. You know how you'd like you've carried a very big load, and then you just want to throw it off of you when you reach the end. He didn't do that. He held her there when he reached the top. But at this point, his face is covered in sweat. Kama mtu mwenye amemwagiwa maji. His legs are shaking a bit, but he's just doing his best to still stand because remember, he's carrying his fiancée, so he doesn't want to drop her. But she has this look of awe in her eyes, just acknowledging that he's done that for her. And she can actually understand how much it meant for how much he went through just because she was carried up all those steps. And so the camera does its whole pan thing again at 360, and there's all these what flowers were they? Some pink flowers, I forget the name. They're just falling from the sky. It's a beautiful scene. It's very immaculate. But just thinking about that now, it made me realize that perhaps this is why marrying the right way, marrying by God's design, is actually important for the stability of a relationship when a marriage starts. Because you can imagine, if a man goes through something like that, of course things are different depending maybe on a cultural setting. So if you're Kikuyu, you do a Rurashio. If you're Kalenjin, you do a Koito. If you're a certain tribe, it's something you have to do, or how it used to be in native times when if a man had come of age and he needed to marry, or he wanted to marry, his requirement was he'd go as a part of a hunting party with the men in that society, and he would be required to kill an animal to feed the community as proof that he can actually hunt, and also provide for his family. So just remembering that was tying these things together, it just made me realize that, yeah, there's something about the man paying the price as, as an indication of his commitment to both choose this woman and also commit to her. And then there's also something powerful about the woman seeing the man do this, and just the awe that comes as she observed him do that. And maybe when both of those things happen, by the time these two people start the marriage, there's that understanding of this woman knows this man will do anything for her, and this man also knows he'll do anything for her. There's that understanding, I think, is a very powerful foundation to to give that marriage a good chance of going the distance, because there's that awe and respect from the woman towards the man for what is done, and then there's this huge act of love that the man gives to the woman, as you know as a sign, as a symbol of commitment. So if you already gotten married, let me know if this is something you resonate with. Let me know what you think.